Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guru, Swami Jyotirmayananji Maharaj, to all the sages and saints of this world, and to you divine souls watching this satsang. Today we will be studying Sutra number 21 from the Samadhi Pad of Raj Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, commentary by my worshipful Guru, Swami Jyotirmayananji, and narrated by Swami Nikhilananda. So the shloka today, we should cover two sutras today because they are both small and I think we can make some progress. So we will cover sutra number 21 and 22 together in this video satsang. So sutra number 21 says Tivra samvega namas asanaha. Again, Tivra samveganam asannaha. Tivra means intense. Samveganam means momentum of vairagya or dispassion. Asanaha is quick progress. So those who move with the momentum of intense vairagya attain the highest samadhi quickly. So those who are extremely hardworking and who have intensity of dispassion, which means they cut off as much from the world process and are treating this as their full-time focus. It is increasing dispassion along with the intensity of faith, energy, memory, samadhi and intuitive vision that we had learned from the previous shloka, sutra, and that takes them to the highest samadhi quickly, again depending on their effort. So if they have put in a lot of effort, they progress accordingly. And the following sutra elaborates upon this, which is sutra number 22. So let us chant that together. Mridu madhya adhimatratvat tato api visheshaha. Again, mridu madhya adhimatravat tato api visheshaha. So mridu madhyat and adhimatratvat means because of the degree of sadhana, being mridu is mild, madhya is moderate and adhimatratvat is intense. So depending on what level you are in, are you putting in mild practice or moderate or intense? Adhimatrat is intense. So tato api, that also is visheshaha, differentiation. So this means because of the degree of sadhana being either mild, moderate or intense, yogis are differentiated into various categories. That only makes sense, right? So just like for students or studies, some people do the very basic just to get through, some don't even get through, and some do a little more and others excel by putting in a lot of effort. Same thing happens here. This is people, yogis who put in a lot of sadhana, intense, then there are those who do medium, and then there are those who do mild again, and then you're all progressing, but then the only difference is the speed of the progress. You can reach from point A to a different country. If you want to go from for example from America to Australia, if you go on a bicycle it'll take very long, but if you take a flight it'll be very quick. So it depends on the effort that you are willing to put in. So spiritual movement depends upon upaya, which means what kind of faith, what is your level, what your energy is, how much memory you have accumulated and you're putting in, and how much samadhi experiences you've received. And samvega is the intensity of vairagya. Is your vairagya or dispassion mild? Is it moderate? Is it intense? So therefore this term sannyasa, which is come from the Sanatana Dharma, where the sannyasis give up everything and leave the family life to practice spirituality. And actually it's baked into the Sanatan Dharma philosophy, where there are 4 stages: brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa. So sannyasa, and again it very much allows you to go to sannyasa at any stage if you feel qualified. A lot of young people, Adi Shankaracharya ji for example was very young, I think 8 or 9, when he wanted to dedicate his life to spiritual work, and he took sannyasa. And we are so blessed he did that, because he created phenomenal amount of work through his tapas and intensity, and taught actually a lot of his works we are reading even today, to focus on self-realization. So that is the essence of this sutra. It depends on your intensity. If he is mild in upaya and mild in vairagya, so if his dispassion is mild and his efforts are mild, obviously his spiritual success will be extremely slow. But on the other hand, if he has intense upaya and intense vairagya, which means it's like he has this flaming burning desire and he's putting in burning effort, he will attain the highest state of yoga in a short time. So there is yet another secret in attaining samadhi quickly, which is given in the next sutra, sutra number 23, which we will cover tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying these sutras. Please leave me comments, or if you have any questions, but most importantly, share this extremely mystical and deep knowledge of Sanatana Dharma with as many people and sources as you can, especially your people who are interested in yoga, because most people don't really understand what the true intent of yoga is. And what I'm taking you through these deep waters is really why we do asanas, why we do yam, niyam, pranayam, all the disciplines, so we can achieve that exalted state, high state of self-realization, which we also call mukti or nirvana or liberation. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.